Hello and welcome back to episode 14 of The Forgotten City. I'm Vic and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. So, as promised, I'm gonna do some side quests this go around. We're gonna take a little break from endings. And I've done a little bit of homework, so let's see what we can get into.
Salve, friend.
Yes, hello. So take care of some things for me.
Sounds serious.
Yeah, just do both of those.
All right.
Off you go. So one of the things that I think we can do is save Ulpius. I think that's his name. He's the one that throws himself off the precipice by the temple. And we just sent Galerius off to save his lover, so now she doesn't need to, or now he doesn't need to kill himself because she has been thwarted. If I can just remember how to get back there. Now, I don't really know what good saving Ulpius is going to do aside from Ulpius not being dead. But that's worthwhile in and of itself. I wonder if he doesn't throw himself off of the cliff, can I not jump into Malleolus's villa?
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule.
Actually, I need to talk to Ulpius.
All right, well, it was lovely to meet you.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. No. Orpheus, what are you doing?
That's...
What?
Why do...
I know. Please,
I'm sorry.
please, help.
Alright, I'll talk to him.
Thank you.
Is this what Scintilla would want?
You know about that? How is that possible? I mean, I've never mentioned it to anyone.
You'd never believe me if I told you.
Well, if you say so. You don't understand. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want it all to be over.
Maybe I can help solve your problem.
It's too late for that. Yulia and I made a pact. And she's already swallowed hemlock this morning. If I backed out now, I'd be betraying her. I can't do that.
Well, she's gonna live, so...
Oh, really? That changes things a little. But we're still in debt bondage to that monster. Unless you happen to have 2,000 denarii to pay off both of our debts.
Actually, I do.
Really? Wait. So, I guess you'd want me to work for you then?
I mean, I'm probably cooler than he is, but, no.
You'd do that for us? Couple of complete strangers.
It's easy enough for me to farm up the money.
It seems today we're both blessed. This did not turn out how I thought. Thank you, friend. I never thought people like you existed.
Here you go.
Thank you. I'll go and pay off our debts immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back.
Don't worry about it.
I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never forget what you did for us.
Now, since it cost me 2,000 denarii to save him, I'm guessing I won't be able to do that every turning of the wheel, as it were. So that presents a certain challenge. But that's a problem for another the same day. Not for this the same day. So now it's off to the... Yeah, this one.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Yeah, don't think too much about it.
Yulia! I'm so
Feeling all
glad you
right?
didn't go through with it.
I figured out how to treat rheumatism.
You made it into the palace. I'm impressed. How is Nevia?
Why do you look
She's out of her nut.
We're free.
She's alive, but she just wants to be left alone.
Willow back. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Really?
If this works, it should settle Rufius down some.
Incredible.
I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Get your strength back. And we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will.
Looks like metal,
Thank you, Ulpi.
but okay.
I will.
I can do that.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
I'll be going now.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life. Apollo smiles upon you.
He might not be so happy if he knew about where I got my bow, but... Alright, now I don't remember why I want to give this to Rufius, but maybe I can influence his vote.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
I have a bow. About your rheumatism.
What business is that of yours?
I figured out a treatment. Have some of this.
Willow bark. And this will work? Oh, thank God. Finally, some relief. This is what I've been praying for. Maybe God hasn't abandoned me after all. Thank you. I've been in a lot of pain lately. The rheumatism, these cursed statues always watching, and the crisis of faith. It was too much. Started messing with my head. This is exactly what I needed to set it straight again. I owe you one.
That bird is, like, hilariously loud. But it's not a bit. I didn't do that on purpose. I will be going now.
See you around.
I'm not sure what disaster that was, but... Okay, so... let's go have a chat with Malleolus now. I told you I did my homework. This one. No? Maybe? Yeah. Let me in.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and...
Oh, see, look at that. He did. He smashed right through there.
Elected your magistrate.
Hey, you.
Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to see me. Well, what do you want?
So you're Quinctius?
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
You have one green eye and one blue eye, just like the description in this execution order from Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different-colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
Apparently this Quinctius also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish.
I can't prove it to you yet, but I will.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
I want you to withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Because if you don't, I'm going to kill you.
You fool.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Well, now you know, don't you? I just want to see him turn into gold real quick. Come on, can't you hit him? A Greek statue of a lion. There we go. Alright, we can go now. That was quite an ouch. So, just calling him out isn't enough. I've got to actually have the evidence to convict. Do you suppose I have to wake up the statues in order to get to that one place that's blocked by the statue? Could be. So he's obviously Quinctius, because heterochromia is pretty rare. Alright, buddy, I got some more stuff for you to do now.
Salve, friend. Mind?
Take care of some things for me.
You lead.
Uh-huh.
Alright, let me see. I'll go.
So, Ulpius wasn't on that list, so that's a problem. Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have had him...
Vote for Malleolus for a free drink at my tavern.
Maybe I shouldn't have thwarted the assassin. Maybe I should get the assassin to... Well, no, because then the golden rule... It's not that one, though. What do I do with bottles of wine, anyway? There's some more down here, I think. Still, farming up money just to save Ulpius over and over again. Not really a winning plan, if you ask me. That's close to enough to get the job done once more, though. So I guess I should find Galerius and talk to him about running. Maybe there are some other people that can tell me some things that I might use to get Malleolus to bail. Oh. Well, that's the assassin done. What? Oh, that's weird. Rufius is coming to him. He's busy, so I probably can't talk to him.
Salve, Rufius. I hear you've been suffering from rheumatism. Sorry to hear about that, friend.
What? My condition is nobody's business but mine.
There's no need for that. I just wanted to give you this willow bark to help you treat it.
A treatment? Really? Thank God. Finally, some relief after all this time. You're a good man, Galerius.
Appreciate that. Now, I've got to run. Salve again, friend. I went and did as you asked, and it worked. How is it possible that you've just arrived here and you already know everyone and exactly what's about to happen to them?
I'm reliving the same day over and over again.
You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. You're a bit like... Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
How so?
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
About that. Go on.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. And you just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in.
Well, speaking of that, well, you are a good man, yeah?
That's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
Well, that's nice. But, I'm not done with you yet.
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend. Now, what's on your mind?
You're good at keeping secrets, that one. Ever thought about running for magistrate?
I've bounced the idea around once or twice, mainly as a way of getting Dooley set free. God knows Sentius is never going to do it. But from what I hear, Malleolus has the election stitched up. Nobody's going to take him on and win. And maybe that's not such a bad thing. I mean, he talks a lot about freedom, so I'm hoping if he's elected, he'll release Dooley from his cell. And that's good enough for me.
If Malleolus runs, he's going to break the golden rule and kill us all.
And how could you... Oh, wait. You've seen it in another time loop, haven't you? Well, in that case, we need to find a way to make sure Malleolus loses. Better yet, get him to withdraw altogether. If you can do that, and Sentius is the only candidate left, I'll run against him. Deal?
All right. Haven't I already talked to him about all this stuff, though? What do you think about the election?
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life.
I thought I had talked to you about this stuff. What's your story?
Well, it's a long one and kind of sad, but I don't mind telling it.
I have time.
I'm a farmer. Always have been. I grew up in a small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents and 2 little sisters. Lovely part of the world. One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men. My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. I sprinted so fast I almost threw up. But by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young. It was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These legion thugs just took whatever they wanted. One night, when my sisters and I had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters, dead. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. Still burns whenever I think about it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, Then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up right back where I was. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. You see, about 7 months ago, an enormous fire broke out in Rome. Everybody was running down toward the river, screaming and shouting. Never seen anything like it. Human beings acting like cattle. I got swept up with them somehow, and the rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. Stumbled across this place and started my life over again.
Glad things worked out in the end.
That's what I thought too, for a while. But it seems the gods aren't done tormenting me yet. See, I finally had my own farm again, safe from the grasping hands of the Romans. Or so I thought. Until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best bits for himself, of course. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not sure I believe him, but then, what if he's right? So, it turns out our dear old magistrate is no better than the Legion thugs who took everything from me. I'm right back where I began. But don't you worry, Nemesis is waiting, and he'll get his, one day. He'll get his. Forget I said that last part, will you? I get carried away sometimes.
Sure.
Thanks, friend. I knew I liked you. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
I think I'll be going now.
All right, friend. Hope you find a way to break that cycle you're in.
Getting you elected would be a pretty nice first step. But I'm not feeling great about that right now. I'll need more evidence linking Malleolus to the name Quintius.
Greetings and salutations.
Quintius. I do feel like maybe there's something to be gained by getting back in there still. I just don't know what that would be. I wonder, though, I mean, Quintius is supposed to be related to the Christians, at least according to the assassin. So why is he living in that manor down there, while his followers are throwing themselves off of cliffs up here? And also, if I go up there right now, I don't have enough money to save that man's life, so maybe I don't want to do that just yet. I could probably find some money nearby. Taking coins out of the wishing fountain would probably be a breaking of the rule if it could be done. But now I have enough, so we can go and do that. And then maybe I can ask his lady friend, his female friend, I don't think they're romantically involved, whether she can tell me anything about Quintius.
Salve, welcome.
I'm feeling a bit on edge.
That's good. If you're not well, I still.
I'll be going now.
All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no.
Come on, just let me do it, please.
What?
Why? I'm sorry.
Please, help.
I'll talk to him. That's what I came here for. Is this what Centilla would want? Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't... If I backed down... Oh, that was...
I do?
Really? You'd... It seems today... Thank you. Thank you. I'll go and...
Hey, Octavia.
What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm thankful that you're here. Can I help you with something?
You know, if it actually is Malleolus that's Quinctius, he's putting on a really good show abusing the other Christians in the area, wouldn't you think? So you're a Christian?
Please keep that to your... There was a...
Safe with me.
Oh, thank...
Oh, come on.
Ah.
What about the priestess? It looks better without a hole smashed in it, don't you think? I do think that there's some more stuff I can talk to the priestess about. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? That goes to underneath of the temple. Can't really do anything with that right now. I assume I have to get through the temple in order to open the back way. And I do have a quest that calls for me to talk to Equitea about something. Equitia.
Be careful who you trust.
Speaking of which...
Sorry, was there some...
Alright, that doesn't look useful.
A new face, Arve.
Can I ask you some questions about escaping the underworld? Livia was right, we're in the underworld.
Oh my. That is... Let's see. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
So I've already talked to her about all of those things? Alright, I better get back to it.
Fortuna guide you.
But... Huh. None of those were actually about talking to Equitea. Alright. So, we're coming up on the end of the episode anyway, and I just had an amusing thought. So, we're going to go and entertain it. Are you ready? I wonder if I could find anything in here about Quinctius.
Whatever are you wearing?
Clothes. What about you? Why are you wearing sheets? Here we go.
Citizen. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Paradox. Okay. Well, it looks a little, Oh wait, we're in a different place. Interesting. Okay.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
I came in here to find you.
Well, here I am.
Mm-hmm. I'm Vic.
Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old tablet.
Yep,
It described
we've heard
an event
that.
and murdered a local magistrate, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said that the voice of a furious god rang out, and the ground trembled and statues sprang to life, firing arrows at the city's inhabitants. Apparently, as the citizens screamed and died in pain, the stranger just vanished in a flash of light.
And who carved the tablet? Actually, that was me.
What?
Yeah. I found your corpse. Uh-huh. Here's your suicide note.
God,
Yep.
I've
Yep.
spent this
Yep.
is...
Mm-hmm. Different version of you. Yeah. I killed the man who opened a time portal and drew you back in time, preventing it from ever happening.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000
Yes.
years...
Now you're getting it.
I guess, to let me die all over again. I can't see how I could possibly find one now. Seems like we're both gonna die here.
I regret nothing.
How can you say that? You murdered a man in cold blood, and now there's a city full of dead people. And it's only a matter of time before we join them. I guess all those old Latin inscriptions were right. Pro peccata unius, multis dolabunt. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
And that was ending number 1. So, I guess I lied about skipping the endings for a while, so there you go. I broke the golden rule, and now we're all going to pay the consequence, which is that we're all out of time. So come back and see me again in episode 15, and we will do some other things. Talk to you soon.